Alright, welcome back to another episode of New Windsor. So here we are looking at the wharves we worked on in the last episode. We're going to be moving to the right of these wharves. As you can see on the screen, we're going to be removing those outlines of new wharves. Those aren't going to get built. We're going to be doing other stuff over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so as you guys know, this area is entirely based on Portland, Maine, and what I've done is I've tried to scale down Portland, Maine like crazy here, take some inspiration from it, but for the most part go off on my own here. So what we're doing is something that's sort of in Portland, Maine. Here, I'm zooming in on it on my own screen so I can look at it while I talk about it. So there's this what looks like an abandoned rail yard close to all of the wharves and the ferry terminal and stuff. It's right there, and it's an abandoned rail yard right in the water, prime real estate, with some old warehouses around it. So what we're going to do this episode is, you see I've put this rail line around the peninsula here. So this peninsula, you see I'm experimenting a lot with these roads here. I do change a lot. I was going to make this all houses, but I ended up putting a World War monument on the you see this monument right here at the end of the peninsula. But this, I don't know if this is most realistic as a World War monument. I know this asset is from Kansas City, I'm pretty sure at least, and it's a actual World War monument there. But it makes most sense for it to be like a Revolutionary War monument of some sort here. So yeah, I guess this is really a Revolutionary War monument. Or at least it makes most sense that it might be. I don't know. It's just a cool landmark. And yeah, I'm just adding paths here. This is not going to be ultra detailed, obviously. I'm just trying to, add a nice landmark here on this point, and try to preserve the nature around it. The rail yard and the railroad, like the abandoned track, well, I'll make it into an abandoned track, like it'll be really run down and stuff. It's a little weird, but remember, this city is an old industrial hub that has not been an industrial hub for a very, very long time, and it's really failing in a lot of ways, succeeding in others, but economically, the areas that were industrial centers are no longer doing all that well, and I guess the city didn't spend money removing the railroad, and it's just sort of still there. I think it's a cool addition. All right, we're back. So we're starting to work on this neighborhood here. So this neighborhood's going to be called Lighthouse Hill because we're going to have a lighthouse on a hill in a commercial district for some reason. But there is one in Portland in a neighborhood which is geographically located in this area in Portland. Because obviously I'm using Portland as a general outline here. And I figured that'd be a cool little addition. I'll show you that a little later. But I'm using these suburban streets with the bricks on the sides, which work well here because Portland's got a lot of streets with bricks just literally everywhere. So I figured may as well do that here as well. But the problem is they've got white lines in the middle, which is really annoying because obviously in America we have yellow lines in the middle or none at all. So, yeah, questionable, but it's the best I got. So I'm also using these train cars here, obviously by Jay. They look a little out of place, because remember, this is an abandoned rail yard right here. These do not look like abandoned rail cars, so I'm probably going to remove these and add something else, because this looks very out of place. It looks better, actually, when we detail the area, which I believe we do in the next episode, maybe? Next episode, we're going to work around this area and add some more builds here and there. It'll be a relatively unfocused episode, sort of like this one is. This episode, we're just sort of starting to expand into this new area, which we haven't really worked on before, but this is really starting to make the city fill out. A couple episodes from now, I think episode 34 or 35, we're going to be building an entirely new downtown, but don't worry, we're not removing the other downtown, but we're going to be building a hill near here and building a downtown, because remember, I made that episode called Old Downtown with that little block of buildings that was, inspired by Portland's downtown. Well, we're going to build, remember how I talked about how there was a financial district in Portland that I might want to build? Well, we're going to do that, but we're going to make it really hilly. I don't want to spoil too much. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm telling you. So look forward to that. That's coming soon because I've been uploading a lot of New Windsor recently. I've been recording a lot of New Windsor recently. I will be uploading a lot of New Windsor soon as well. You should expect 2 a week until further notice. I am pretty busy right now, so I gotta start getting some pre-recordings going once I get a chance, but the general rule is twice a week. Taking a little break from Calavera Beach for now, and just focusing on New Windsor, meaning you get more New Windsor. Alright, so I mentioned this recently, but okay, the suburbs in this city are not New England suburbs for the most part. I'm gonna try to make really realistic New England's semi-rural upper middle class developments later on, and I'll try to be pretty accurate with that. The problem is the actual suburbs themselves, I don't have the buildings for, to make it really realistic. So the idea is the suburbs I'm making here are a little bit less dense, a little bit less, maintained, a lot more trees. The idea is I don't have triple-decker houses. Well, I just placed one, but that's the only one I really have. Maybe I have 2 others, but I don't have enough triple-decker houses to just place a lot of, tightly packed in triple-deckers. So, yeah, this is like a mid-Atlantic suburb. Let's just put it that way. It looks a lot less like New England and a lot more like, the mid-Atlantic or something. So, yeah, there's that. But that's fine. I'm fine with that. Remember, City Skylines is not about copying a city. It's about, making your own city with your own touches and stuff. And this could very well, like, New Windsor could very well be a city in an area like Baltimore. Same autumn colors, lots of brick everywhere. Same whole deal. It's just I'm basing it on different cities, which just happen to be a little bit different in their backgrounds. And obviously New Windsor's going to have mills, which you might not have on that sort of scale around a place like Baltimore. But in terms of the region, this probably most accurately fits. It's probably the Mid-Atlantic. Alright, we're here detailing the area around the monuments, and as I said, the railroad is abandoned. I make it look abandoned. I just put a bunch of dirt over it and, like, logs and stuff. It's all I have to do. It's an abandoned railroad, and I put some surface rocks on the shoreline, which I don't really know if the surface rocks are the most realistic thing to put on the shoreline here, but they fill the space okay right now, and I'm just trying to expand the city, so it's fine for now. This shoreline area, I am adding trees to. Sorry about the plane. Whenever I say sorry about the plane, I get a comment saying, stop saying sorry about planes, we can't hear them, but I'm pretty sure you could hear this one. But there's a pretty low chance you care a lot, but as a good YouTuber, I'm still gonna have to apologize for this very loud plane. Anyway, okay, so I have this like bike path that goes along the road, but the bike path's way brighter than the road. I really need a good bike path network that works well. Like, I really wish the one by Arnold J. Rimmer worked as it should, because it looks awesome, but the problem is on slopes it just clips and it looks terrible. On flatlands it looks great, except the grass goes through it as well, so it's like got two problems. Other than that, it could be like absolutely unbelievable if it was just edited a little bit, but it's not. So yeah, I'm in need of a bike path network, which I've been shouting about on Twitter. I still don't have one, of course, but if any asset makers want to make a nice bike path network that's like asphalt, that would be really, really nice, because we are short of one of those, and it would make New Windsor look a lot better.
The beat.
Alright, we're coming to the end of the episode. So you see that lighthouse on that commercial strip? That's what I was talking about. So we've got like a lighthouse in the middle of this commercial area. I've sort of squeezed it in there like that. It's not really squeezed in like that in Portland, so that might be a little unrealistic, but I still think it's cool. I think it's nice and iconic for this hill. Anyway, end of the episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed. You get the deal. You gotta leave a like in the video if you enjoyed, but you could also leave a dislike, so it's not really that much of an imperative that you leave a like. Just leave a rating. Go down there. It takes a second, because if you leave a dislike, it has the exact same effect as a like. It's all your choice. You can subscribe if you're new around here. I upload New Windsor videos once a week. Well, right now I'm trying to do twice a week because I'm taking a break from Calaveras Beach, so New Windsor's getting a little bit more attention for the time being. It won't last forever, though, but trying to do a lot of expansion while I can. And then support me on Patreon. You can get access to the next episode of New Windsor right now. That is in the description. Or you could also support me just for the sake of supporting me, because it does take a while to make the episodes. So all your call. It's in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are in the description as well. Anyway, I'll see you next time.